Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mac? Came into the game just to skip backs. Into the space that I'm in. They call me by the Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I run no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my boy's mine. My tracks flame like a Gamu. The hardest part on my tongue, thinking is a warm glue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist, but you smell me. One spark, then I bet you I'ma blow up. Then throw my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. A versus thinking in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink than go pull up. I'm jerking knife through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, come be brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I poured all the planks, you use Decepticons. Fake rappers to retreat like Cobra. 80s they can float it like up in the storage and I'm E-man. Up, down, down, then I'm cheap. You a beast, man. I take a beating. Ninja Turtle rap, turtle clans get defeated. High from a ride, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a guy ball. Bad attitude like a rocket, my whole to the A, and I bet you can't stop us. LL bad, when I go and show up, you can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Oh, God. Good God. Here we go again. I don't know why this. I just used this. Let me start back over. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. If you're on the West Coast, get up. Especially this microphone, because the early bird gets the worm. And that's crazy because I literally didn't touch this mic. It was just I haven't touched this since yesterday. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I'm going to talk about the top three moments moviegoers are eager to see in the new Superman. Now, I am not one of the ones that is on the Snyder cut train or the Snyderverse was better. I don't know. It was the Man of Steel. What is this mess? I like my Superman, the Man of Steel. I'm not a part of that whole train wreck. What I'm about is I want to see Superman on screen. I was a big Christopher Reeves fan. Even though Superman 3 and 4 is hard to get through. It's very hard to get through. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. Good God, it's hard to get through. But I'm not going to sit up here and act like I didn't watch Superman versus Radioactive Man and Superman versus Richard Pryor. I'm not going to sit up here act like I didn't see it, or Superman versus Clark Kent. I was all for it. So I'm excited. This is the first time we got to see Superman in a while, if you really think about it. You know what I mean? I mean, the last appearance that we even seen of Superman was at the end of Black Adam. And of course, that was Henry Cavill's version of him. And I say what Warner Brothers did to Henry Cavill was right either. But Warner Brothers was just in a flux. They were just all over the place. So I'm excited. I don't know if you guys are. I'm ready. I mean, man, shout out to Dr. J, my man, Dr. James Willis, because I'm trying to hook up with him. If I don't have to work, well, technically, my division of my job is laid off for the rest of the week. That's what happens when you in this automotive business. You will get layoffs. So I'm just trying to figure out if they're going to lay me off along with that. If they do, I'm going early. The earliest showing I could possibly get. I'm not spoiling nothing like Tori and Rain Reloaded, but I'm going to tell you if it's good or not. If it's bad, I'm gonna tell you it's bad. I'm gonna be disappointed because I also like James Gunn's style of movies. I know a lot of people don't. I just do. So we're gonna talk about it today. Again, hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy and I'm not on mute. Just shout out to my man Heavy Get over at the Heavy Get channel. But you already know how I do. The real question is,
are you say why you hating on my energy? Say why you hating on my energy? I don't think you wanna be my enemy.
All right. Only reason why I haven't just gotten my tickets just yet because I don't know what this week is going to hold for me. Because I was supposed to work all last week, and they only had us work 2 days, which I still got. I mean, it ain't like I didn't get paid, but still. So I gotta just see what's going on. But if not, any way it goes, I'm going to go see it. All right, let me see who's all up in here. Junior Network, what's up? Wavy Things, what's up? Marlon Mars up in here, what's up? Miss Roberta, the church auntie, what's going on? What's up? My man Toria Ray Reloaded, what's up? Xavier Phoenix, what's up? Deron, what's up? Why, my brother? You said I don't even remember getting through Superman 4. When I was a kid, I don't know. When I was a little kid, Superman versus Radioactive Man was the stuff. I seen that as an adult, and good God. No, I won't, sir. Jamal Lee, what's up? Good morning. And I got the shout out. I got a literally special permission from the brother who made that Hating on My Energy song. So shout out to him for allowing me to use it. All right. So on this one, this is not good. This is just me having a conversation with you guys. I didn't make any like special like pictures or special graphics for this particular conversation, and StreamYard just did something like completely different, now with the way that they're doing, like they got overlays and all of that. I'm like, okay, all right, I see you, I see you, I see you. Even though I've already got my own overlays and all of that, but they got their own stuff now. I see. I knew that StreamYard was eventually going to start changing and start doing some other stuff differently. Which is dope. They got a countdown right now. I mean, all of that. They still got the countdown thing, the 60-second timer. I see you, StreamYard. This is the first time me actually seeing their new stuff. They just upgraded their stuff, so it's the first time me seeing this. I mean, they even got different backgrounds. Like, okay, StreamYard, try to step it up because there's competition out there. So StreamYard try to step it up. Let me see. Is it Master Edit 08? What's up? What's up? All right, hey, bro, I can't wait for Superman. Me either. My man Forrest McCloud, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's nice to see you up in the chat. It's been a minute. My guy. Nice to see you up here. What are your hopes for the new film? I'm glad you said that, because now we can transition to the top 3 moments. These are my 3 moments that I want to see, starting with number 3. Start with number 3, and that's a game-changing DCU cameo that will shake everything up, which I already think has already been spoiled because of the spoilers, but that's introducing Supergirl. Now, one reason why I say that this is going to be one reason why this is a game changer, because we haven't seen Supergirl on the big screen since, what was that, in 1980? What was that? 5 or 6 movie, which is not good. Like it's probably one of the worst comic book movies, next to like what was Catwoman. It's not good. That movie is not good at all. So the premise, all of that, it was bad. 1984. Now, they were trying to come off the back of Superman, but that movie is terrible. That movie is terrible. So if Supergirl is introduced in this film, it will be a good way for them to recreate, their own version, which is James Gunn's version of what Supergirl really is. Me and my brother has went back and forth on this. To me, word of street, Dre's watching Superman in his underoos. Man, hey, look, I need to go buy me a Superman shirt. I think that's why I'm gonna buy me some Superman gear before I go. I wish I had the Superman Dornbeckers too, but they cost like $600, and I don't feel like spending $600 on them. But I just want to see what James Gunn's interpretation of Supergirl is. Now, me and my brother have had conversations that we believe that Supergirl is actually way stronger than Superman, but only in certain iterations have they shown that. Certain tendencies in the comics. Now, my brother is a way bigger fan of DC Comics than I am, so I lean on him, and I preface that because I don't want to speak, out of pocket when it comes to DC Comics or Superman, Supergirl. So I lean on him, but there's information that ties into the into Supergirl that you'll believe if she snapped off, she'll be way stronger. My ear is itching. Way stronger, way more deadlier than Kal-El has ever been. Matter of fact, I had The Batman Who Laughed. Got that the Dark Metal series or whatever. Love the Batman Who Laughs. And again, I'm more of a big Batman fan than anything. So they had like the Shazam Who Laughed and this person who laughed. They actually did a Supergirl too. I don't know. So I would love for her to get a redemption. So people, I mean, I know that there was a Supergirl series and nobody really talks about that series like that. It may have been decent. I don't know. But let me take that back. The last time we actually seen Supergirl on the big screen was in the Flash movie, which that was actually dope. That was actually dope. Even though that they did like an Elseworld version of the events of the Man of Steel, Supergirl being in that movie was dope. The way they introduced her, all of that, but what would they do with this one? That's my number 3 thing. I want to see what they're going to do. And here's another bonus one. Who is under that? Who is Ultraman? Will they pull a fast one and we find out that it's Henry Cavill? Which I think that would be bonkers. I honestly think that would be bonkers and will set the internet ablaze. For the simple fact is that it's almost like Henry Cavill getting his leg back, beating up on the new Superman. But of course, the new Superman is going to win. But, we already seen this cameo in Deadpool Wolverine. So what is the difference about having him in this DC movie as a cameo, as Ultraman? I think that will be, I'm not going to lie, I will probably mark out. I would probably mark out if I seen that. I'm not joking. But I want to see what they do. Creature Commandos kind of gave us a little glimpse of what they're going to do with the DCU, especially that secrets that they show towards the end where they show all the heroes like on spikes and stuff like that. So, I'm most definitely very clear, but I just want to see, and I'm so excited about that. So number 3 is the big cameo. What are they going to do with this cameo? Is there going to be a cameo? I don't know. All right. So my number 2 moviegoer moment that I'm expecting, which they teased us a little bit. I know people did not like this, but Superman versus Lex Luthor. The way that they have this version of Lex Luthor. For one, let me just say this. I did not like the Superman Returns version of Lex Luthor. I damn sure didn't like the version of what was that? Batman v Superman, where what's his name played Lex Luthor. Good. Yeah, y'all. There's a lot of miscasts, but that was one of them. Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg. Good God, that was terrible. I just didn't like his quirkiness. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Now, I understand James Gunn gets a lot of crap because me and Blue talked about this. He has a lot of sophomorish. Not sophomorish. I want to say more like bro. What is that? Frat boy type of humor sometimes. But what I do say, and nobody has disagreed with this, he makes his villains compelling. And he makes it where you want to punch him in the face. And that's what these movies are really about. Can you draw up emotion? When you have a Lex Luthor, and Lex Luthor is a rich billionaire, who has his own vision of how the world is going to be. We know that in our real life, right? and this illegal alien, and then I'm surprised Lex didn't call ICE. Hey, I know. I don't think Superman has a citizenship. Can you go check that, please? Thank you. You know what I mean? But the nuance of Lex has always been he thought what was best for the world in his own unique, quirky, crazy, whatever type of way. No matter what iteration that you read, that's always kind of been his thing. Except for the Jesse Eisenberg thing, I don't know what the hell he was on. You know, or let me take that back. Because in Superman Returns, I know they use and I get God from House of Cards. And Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey. Yeah. But even him, I did not care for his version because for one, it was bland. It was no life to it. It wasn't like Gene Hackman's RP to Gene Hackman. But it wasn't like there was so much care. There was so much charisma when it comes to Gene Hackman that you can't help but love what he's doing on screen because he didn't play it like the straight man that he could have. Like Kevin Spacey was more like the straight man, like, you know, but it lacked personality. Right? It lacked a lot of personality. And Gene Hackman's version was personality. Now, I will say the Smallville version of Lex Luthor, totally different. And what James Gunn has said is they're trying to model this version of Lex Luthor after the Smallville version of Lex Luthor, which I'm all for. I'm all for because you have to have a personality, but you have to have a motivation that makes sense. And he has to be a legitimate threat. Now, we know Superman ain't going to snap his neck or nothing like that. He ain't going to do nothing like that. But he still has to do what he has to do. You know, and how does that look? Now, the teaser, when he comes in and he's tossing over tables and all of that, he's snapping off, where's the dog? You know what I'm saying? Where's the dog, Lex? I have no idea what you're talking about. I locked him up in a warehouse. What? What you say? Nothing. Me personally, I love the pettiness. Now, anybody who knows me knows I'm the people who really know me know I'm petty as hell. I could get really, really petty. That's why we got Taste the Biscuits. Because I'm just petty like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't get over petty, but I'm just petty. And I would love to see a petty Lex Luthor. Like petty. You know what I'm saying? But also smart and intelligent and conniving and cunning and be able to, you know, put Superman in a predicament where Superman loses. Like literally. That's why I love this is one of the reasons why I love the Superman trailer over the Fantastic Four trailer. The Superman, the immediate first trailer you see of Superman is him getting his arse whooped. Roberta's in here, so I'm trying not to cuss. But he is getting his arse whooped. You know what I'm saying? Where Crypto got to drag him in and fix his bones or whatever he got going on. I want to know who did it. That's what I really want to know. Who did it? And, you know, how does Lex really play a part in that? I think I'm way more excited for that than anything. So, and especially if you give me like what they've been doing in DC animation, but live action, you got me. You got me. I can see it. No. Oh my God, for real. We being petty, Marley Marr? We've been good for months. We've been good for months. Marley Marr, let's not get petty. I'm over here drinking my mango pineapple juice. You want to get paid. I've always had a big forehead. Hairline be damn. The forehead just been big since I was a kid. So I ain't thumbhead. It ain't like you see me with a head full of hair. My hairline started here, and then all of a sudden I'm like, yes, sir. No. But I would love to see James Gunn interpretation of Lex Luthor in this character. Before I get to number one, let me take a pause for the cause real quick, because you already know I love these biscuits.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Now you can own one of the greatest gospel albums ever on the road with only giant hits and legendary stars.
Biscuit. I know it's the truth about it. I love. Oh, how I love this biscuit. Oh, how I love this biscuit. It is the best biscuit. I know.
We now return to the Transformers.
All right. You know, I just had to let you know how much I love the biscuit. Actually, there's so much money in this grifting. Brother about to grift, y'all. I'm telling y'all now. I'm marking it down. What's today's date? July 7th, 2025. Trey Mack is gonna grift. I'm about to start eating the biscuits. There's so much money in it. I might as well come down here, huffing and buffing how everything's woke and everything is DI and woke and DI and wokey woke. And I'm sick of it. Yeah, okay. I just everything eternally inside of me will turn inside out before I ever get this woke money. I'm good. This grifter money, nah, I'm good. But I do have a new video that is out. The members right now, if you're a member, you can actually see it right now. Popular YouTuber calls Ironheart woke DI-ish. So you can go and check that out after this video. But you know, before you get to that, let's get to the number one thing that I'm looking for, and I believe moviegoers are also looking for. A fresh take on Clark Kent's dual identity. Now, every time I go and talk to somebody who's a big Snyder fan, I'm not mad at the Snyder fans. I think a lot of them are trolling way harder than some of these grifters. Even, they're trying to compare Recast T'Challa to the Snyder Cut, the Snyder Cult. No. Oh no. They actually got what they wanted. They got a Snyder Cut. The release of Snyder Cut, they got that. You know what they decided to do now? Just what I'm seeing from James Gunn and this is stupid from James Gunn and James Gunn Jr. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, let the man do his thing. I don't want to see a Guardians of the Galaxy version of Superman. Well, we don't know yet. Again, I understand that art is subjective. You know what I mean? Art is very subjective. So I don't know. I don't really care who likes what. That's not the big hiccup. Complaining about, just going on here and complaining about something that you ain't never seen, a problem. Complaining about stuff, if we're getting, like, if you're really a comic book fan, you're getting freaking comic book characters on screen. I'm a Knight Rider fan. Do you know how much I want to see Michael Knight on the big screen with Kit? You know what I got? Nothing. You know what I was left with? What was that? 1990. Year was that? 1991. Knight Rider 2000. Trash. So you guys are getting exactly what you. Well, I mean, I'm part of that too. But we're getting exactly what we want. Comic book movies. Now, is this going to be what Sony was pushing out? I think not. There's no way in hell Superman is going to be even eclipse the level of ridiculousness of Craven, Morbius, or Madam Web. I know, especially Madam Web. Madam Web is on a whole nother level of garbage. Oh my, it's almost unwatchable. It's almost to the level like this is so ridiculous. It's almost unwatchable. So I don't think James Gunn is going to do that. Now, what I would love to see is an interpretation of Clark Kent that's actually Clark Kent. Two versions that I like. I've as far as movie wise, because I do like the cartoon version too. Especially like Superman Unlimited and the Justice League version of Clark Kent. Any iteration almost of what they've done in the DC animation also. I love those versions. But Christopher Reeve's version, and what Brandon Routh is the Christopher Reeve's version, but that's Clark Kent. And again, I love Henry Cavill's version of Superman, but man, I did not nowhere close by him as Clark Kent. He never gave Clark Kent. There was no difference. If you look at him even structurally, like at least David Corenswet is doing 100 of shoulders and, a little bit more quirkiness and stuff like that. There's a personality that's with Clark that's always been there that is different from Superman. When Superman meets Bruce Wayne for the first time and they're talking to Lex Luthor, you watch that scene, there's no differences in Superman or Clark Kent. There's no difference. So what I would like to see is the nuance, the quirkiness, and all of that in that. And Marvin J., what can I say? If that's what you believe, I know Kraven the Hunter was crap. You know what I mean? I know Morbius was crap. Very, very. And I watched that movie. Tried to watch it twice in the movies. I kept falling asleep on that movie. Garbage. Madam Web, what? I'm giving this a chance. For one, and I do want to bring this up because, like I said, the duality of Clark and Superman is very vital to the character. Why? Because you have to show, it's almost like Bruce Wayne and Batman. The way that I will give Ben Affleck did a perfect rendition of a billionaire Batman that's kind of old and grizzled. I mean, Bruce Wayne and a Batman. To me, taking both characters and making it his own. I think Ben Affleck has done the best job of bringing forward with a real. If it was real life, I could see that see him as Bruce Wayne and as Batman. You know what I mean? I just can. I love Michael Keaton. Love Michael Keaton as the OG Batman. Well, not the OG Batman I grew up with, because Batman from the 1960s was a syndication when I was growing up. But seeing Batman 1989, all the Batmans up till then, I still say that, to just my personal opinion, that Ben Affleck's version, hands down, the best Bruce Wayne and Batman that I've seen on screen. And my other boy that did The Dark Knight, I loved his Christian Bale. I love Christian Bale's. That's kind of hard because I loved his Bruce Wayne. No, actually, I loved his Batman a lot more, because his Batman in Batman Begins and The Dark Knight was awesome. You know what I mean? It's awesome. I just like Ben Affleck's whole aura. That was perfect. He was the perfect casting to me as Bruce Wayne and Batman. David Corenswet is yet to be seen what this looks like. So I am curious on that. Now, here's a bonus thing. The Guardians of the Galaxy has made money. Now, people can hate on it. Hold on. Want to show you guys this. Let's look at the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise and let's just see what this actually says. And this will actually, talk more to James Gunn's directing and overall shaping his movies, because people went to go see this. And then afterwards, I'm done with this. I'm gonna get to all you guys's because I've seen some of you guys, but not all of you guys. So now I see Tina up here, so I want to answer and get into all these questions. So let me just change over real quick, and let me show you. Let me share my screen and just show you these box office numbers. Now, people always talk about, but did it make money? Did it make money? Yes, it did. The Guardians of the Galaxy movie franchise has been a box office success. Guardians of the Galaxy 2014 grossed $772.8 million worldwide. Now, remember, the Guardians of the Galaxy not just the cast, but the characters were nowhere close to name brand. They were literally B and C-list characters as far as in the Marvel zeitgeist, right? A totally original, original character for the big screen that wasn't, a Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, yada, yada, yada. Still made $772.8 million. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, 2017, earned $863.6 million globally. In the most recent installment, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, 2023, achieved a worldwide gross of $845.6 million. A little bit off of that number, but it didn't stop the movie from making money. That's the thing. So it actually proves that James Gunn makes movies that make money. And there was a common theme in his portrayal of the Guardians of the Galaxy, which was, it's not the family that you grew up with, it's a family that you create. You know what I mean? And getting to know these characters on an integral level, right? Now, what does that say about Superman, who's already established as a character? Superman is already established. You could drop Superman anywhere. Everybody know who Superman is. Nobody knew who the hell the Guardians of the Galaxy were. Matter of fact, people are, what kills me? And I've been having this conversation about Ironheart. Like, nobody asked for Ironheart. Nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for the Guardians of the Galaxy either. And look what happened. When you have a good story, you have characters that you can believe in and all of this, no matter if they're criminals or not. As long as you got something that's compelling and you understand their journey and you give it a chance to understand, not blasted for being DI and woke and all this other trigger shit that, I'm sorry, Miss Roberta, but I'm sick of that language. I'm sick of that crap. I'm so sick of that because now you can't even enjoy something without, oh my God, it has diversity. Woke. Dude. You know what I mean? Nobody said that about the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it was very diverse. But anyway, James Gunn has proven that he can make a solid film. Hell, even outside of Marvel, he made a solid film with the Suicide Squad. He actually made a solid film called Brightburn. Let's look at the Suicide Squad box office. Yep. All right, so the Suicide Squad actually grossed 168 million worldwide. That includes 55 million point eight worldwide and 112. Okay, that might have been it. That might have been. Yeah, it literally it very much underperformed. But this is what it said. Unlike its predecessor, the film received positive reviews from critics and became the most streamed DCEU film on HBO Max. Nevertheless, the film underperformed at the box office, grossing $168.7 million worldwide and $185 million production budget, which I believe that was during. Was that during the pandemic? I believe so. Yeah. Matter of fact, why did the Suicide Squad flop? There are many factors that contributed to the Suicide Squad's poor box office performance: the COVID-19 pandemic, the film's simultaneously availability on HBO Max, the film not being a 4-quadrant film. Demographics show it mainly appealed to young males. The film's mediocre word of mouth. That's just what Wikipedia said. So yeah. So again, to me, I believe in giving James Gunn a chance. Just me personally. I believe in giving James Gunn a chance. And, if you give him a chance, I believe that, this could be done. There could be a really good movie out here that is not only great, but can still be like a really good movie. Now, Brightburn was actually, it was a team. It was a Gunn team. Let me explain. So James Gunn, this is James Gunn's brother. Actually, let me take that, but let me rewind. After James Gunn got fired, he decided to make his own Superman movie, and he created Brightburn. Now, Brian Gunn and I can't think of the other brother's name, is the one who wrote it, and David Yarovsky is the one who directed, but Brian and Mark Gunn wrote it, but they're part of James Gunn's team because that's his family. And James Gunn is one of those type of people that brings his whole entire family into the mix. But Brightburn was dope as shit. Brightburn is dope. It's probably one of the most shocking, surprising horror movies I've ever seen, to me. So yeah, very good movie. But I don't think James Gunn misses either. I just think I think he's really talented in his own unique, quirky way, because I didn't think I was ever going to like Peacemaker. And man, Peacemaker was dope. To me, it was dope. But just give me a second here real quick so I can transition over to read you guys' comments, and then we're going to, of course, let you guys go. But until then,
after these messages, we'll be right back.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the butter spread. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the butter spread. Get your butter spread all on me. I don't like the way it mixes with my mac and cheese.
We now return to the Transformers.
all right, let's get to some of you guys' comments real quick. Let's start with we're going up just a little bit. So Jordan Vargas, I'm sorry. What is your box office projection theory for Superman this week? After what I just seen with Jurassic Park. Now, my son is a huge dinosaur fan. Huge, he's 10. He's a huge dinosaur fan. And he said, Dad, it was okay. But I think it made 3. Hold on, wait a minute. Before I get to Lion, because I was straight about to start fibbing up in this mud. Let me see what Jurassic, what's the name of that? Jurassic something? World Rebirth. Yeah. So let me see what the weekend numbers are. Let me see. So Jurassic World Rebirth makes $318 million globally on box office debut. And a lot of that is because of kids. A lot of that is because my son, yeah. So I believe, me personally, that Superman could make $350 million this weekend. Easy. Especially if it's good and it tugs at your heartstrings and man, I'm just saying. Azale said, according to the goofballs, blacks can't have anything, but whatever they do or say must be made for everyone else non-black. I agree with that. And Mantis reboot would be nice. Would be dope. Still remember doing that reaction video to that. That was dope. I answered Marvin J's. And Tina, aka Minty Gasm. That Ben Affleck Batman suit was, that Ben Affleck, I just did not like what Josh Whedon did to him. I did not like him trying to joke and try to be Tony Stark. All of it, man, stop it. That's not Batman. Batman was perfect. The Batman v Superman, the director's version. Oh boy. But why do you know that name? Martha. How do you know that name? But I love that. What is up, Erica D, aka She Loves Fantasy? So, Stargate, what's going on? Good to see you up in the chat. What about Robert Pattinson? I like Robert Pattinson's Batman as far as the detective wise. I do not like, their version of Bruce Wayne so far. To me, I know I said Ben Affleck but if I went, and that's movie wise, but if I want to take any version of Bruce Wayne, Batman the animated series, Kevin Conroy's version of Batman and Bruce Wayne, the greatest of all time, GOAT status in my book. But Robert Pattinson Batman, cool. You know what I'm saying? I do like him. I like the intrigue he kind of brings, the especially the detective part, which has been missing out of a lot of Batman movies. So I'm really glad that Robert Pattinson Batman is a detective, a actual detective this time. But it's Bruce Wayne. I don't like so far. Emo Bruce Wayne right now, nah, not digging it. Underground Monk says it's going to be a 75 million opening. I say for a 3-day weekend, 350. Book it. I could be wrong, but book it because I think this is going to be good and people going to be sleep on it. I really do. I personally do. So that Brightburn is just ridiculous. Ms. Roberta said yes. The same thing happened with Black Widows. The time of 7 years release in the theaters and streaming affects the money. She sued Disney and won. Scarlett Johansson. Yes, she did, and that was a big thing. Now, not you on your way to go see it. Now, man, take me with you. I want to go now. Where are you going? Come on, that's my brother, my partner. You know what I'm saying? My brother from another mother. Jericho, I had to talk to MTR too. It's my guy, but I had to address something to my man MTR. So you say you heard it was trash. I honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna start going over to Threads more. And forgive me, I got a big thing of Jarritos. I love some Jarritos, man. Stop drinking soda with high fructose corn syrup. This has pure cane sugar and is delicious. But I think I honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I kind of want to delete my Twitter. I've been having Twitter forever, but I'm tired of the Elon app. Honestly, people just be saying just whatever on the app. I mean, I'm not saying they don't say it on every other app or whatever, but that's just that place is toxic. And I'm not gonna go off of what I hear. I'm gonna go off of what I see. So I'm gonna go see it, and then I'll tell you it ain't good, or I'm gonna tell you it's all right, it's cool, or I'm gonna tell you that shit was dope. Sorry, Miss Roberta. Again, I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I went to go see F1. I'm a huge car fan, race cars, F1, Formula One, Indy, stock, funny car, NASCAR. I would sit there and watch that for an hour. Drag racing, you know how many times I've sat here and just watched drag racing for hours. You know what I'm saying? Watching my car, watching them do U-drags on Edmonds, and you know what I'm saying, and watching Throttle House or whatever, whenever they're racing cars or whatever. I love it. F1 was my any given Sunday, of racing cars. Again, I like Ford. I love Ford versus Ferrari for a totally different reason, because it's more of a story-driven story. This one was more. It's the story is driven, but you're in a mind in a place of two drivers at different points in their life, but they're at the same point. If you get what I'm saying, and I like that, and they put you in the mind and the seat behind a F1 driver. For me, I'ma always give that props. Is Superman going to give me in the mind of what this version of Superman is? Can I get in the front seat of this Superman? Can I get in the driver's seat? Can I understand his motivations and why he wants to do it? I think that's what certain people, and I got to bring this up. I think that's what certain people had a problem with Ironheart, because they miss what her motivations was and why she kept failing because of her motivations. Her motivation was to save people, to make these suits for first responders and this and the other, but her ambitions were blinded based on what she thought Tony Stark needed to build her suit, which was money. You know what I mean? Which, I mean, that's true. You do need money to be able to do anything in this society. You know what I mean? But people's like, well, why don't she get a job? You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But why do most, people leave tech companies to start their own business? They take out loans or whatever. It's almost like in Ghostbusters, they did not have money to start up the Ghostbusting business. Remember, they had to take out a loan off of whatchamacallit's house. Not Egon. What's his face? You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? So I get it. So when I'm looking at this, what is Clark's intentions, as Clark Kent, and what is Superman's intentions as Superman? I want to see that. I want to get into the mind of that. So yeah, I wouldn't go off of what people are saying, because man, people are going to clown this anyway, because it's not Snyder's version, which they already gave Snyder's version, so that's just me personally. Let me see. Junior Network said this is going to be epic. Marvin J, I wasn't even excited about the last Fantastic Four trailer. It was underwhelming to me. You know what I mean? But that's just my personal opinion. It looks you're what's up, the Sick Horror Kingdom? You're wrong. Batman is not dark. Which Batman are we talking? We talking about Frank Miller's Batman, or which Batman we talking about? He should have played Batman Beyond. That would have been nice, honestly. But I think Ben Affleck was going through so much. He's never going to come back to. I don't think he's going to come back to. He wants to do his own thing anyway, so not mad at him. The 60s. Well, I mean, if you're comic books in general, especially if you read any Golden Age, Silver Age, Golden Age comics, they're all corny. All of them. Spider-Man. Matter of fact, I got a Deadpool comic. I think it's Deadpool #9, where they take homage of Amazing Fantasy #15, where it's Deadpool swinging over and rescuing a guy. They legitimately make fun of that time period of comics in that. That's why I love Deadpool comics. You know what I mean? They totally made fun of them. But yeah, But if you look at like the later like the 80s was just. I don't know if the 80s was a time of dark, gritty, real stories. I think I want to say late 70s, 80s. So I see the 80s. Something about comics, when you go back and read those comics, like I went back and like, oh my God, since I couldn't collect comics back in the day, let me go and get these older comics and stuff like that. Man, reading that older stuff, you're like, what was in the air? What was the social climate was like at this time? Because man, some of those comics are really dark. Let me see. Can't lie, the music was a bit much, and the recent Batman music should have not been in your face like that. That where Abe Marie got on my nerves. I mean, they did like push the music, but I thought the theme of Batman was epic though. I did like that, but I can see where you're coming from. Who wins in the box office? Fantastic Four or Supes? I honestly want to go with Superman because he has the bigger name. He has the bigger name, I think. So, and because of all these cynical ass people who can't watch something without, oh my God, look at this. This is too comic booky. This is too woke. This is too. All of that language makes you not even want to watch stuff because you're going to ruin it with your, oh my God, I want to cuss so bad if Miss Roberta wasn't in here. Seriously, man, it's like, damn, can I just go enjoy a movie? Like, you go in and you see people doing, oh, no, we are a woman. Oh, like, oh, God, Lee, you can tell, man, let me shut up. Anyway, to answer your question, I believe it's Superman because of the name recognition. But I could be wrong. Fantastic Four could be incredible. Both of them, I want both of them to be incredible. So, yeah. You said, I remember when Hannah blew underwear before he turned dark. Yeah, I mean, or here's the thing, they could just shut up. Just shut up. Oh yeah, I mean, I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up, bro. But everybody says something is trash and ain't seen nothing. Ugh. It's just F1 was amazing. F1 was amazing. Again, I'm a car guy, so I loved it. It's not as it's not as emotionally charged as Ford versus Ferrari, but man, it's good. It's good. Yeah, absolutely. It was, man. He said, I got a 2005 Rouse sitting in the front of the house. That's dope. I got a 2024 5.0, that I'm getting ready to put an H-pipe to it, get rid of my resonator and throw that H-pipe to it. Then if I got another 5, I might throw a cold air, might put the cold air intake in there. But yeah. Let me see. What's going on, Christian? Fandom Geek, what's going on? What's up? So I'm so excited about this movie, Superman Legacy. Can't stand Snyder. The only thing, so let's just put it like this. Snyder went on his own and made a couple movies. One was cool, one was horrific. His own take on Star Wars was horrific. I did not like it at all. Did not like it, but I did like, I think it's Dawn of the Dead. So, you say him and John B can keep doing the accountant. I'm going to go see them all. That's what's up. I can't wait for Fantastic Four and Superman review. Quick question. What do you expect for both movies? And are we in agreement that Superman is easy is easily going to be fantastic. If you're talking about box office, the only reason why I believe is going to beat it is because of the name recognition. But I kind of have this feeling that both movies are going to be actually really good. Like, you're going to be sitting there like, damn, this is the first time in a long time that DC and Marvel had a certified banger. I just don't want Marvel to let me down, because I think the only reason why I said about James Gunn, I think James Gunn is taking this personally. I know Darius don't like James Gunn. He wishes James Gunn just shut up and let the work talk for itself, and I completely agree. Also, with saying that, I believe James Gunn has something to prove, and I think that's the biggest thing. So, what does he have to prove? I would love to see that. Webby Things, no, Rob should have been Bat Beyond, and Michael Keaton should have been Old Man Batman. Feel me? I can see that. There were some parts of that Batman, but I understand it was like, you get to a scene like, boom, and like, God, I woke up. All right, man, I woke up. Only thing I didn't like about that Batman movie, good God, is long. It's the third act drags on, feels like forever. It feels like, if y'all don't get about this water and get my baby about this water, Miss Lawson, get my baby mayor out that water. So, yeah, that's what I want, Tori, and that's what I really want. Yeah. Oh, I you know what's funny is I went to his video and he's explaining why he thinks bots are in his comment section, and he said he explained it himself, his version of reactions. I think that's hilarious, but I don't care. I don't think Super's a harder sell. I think Super's an easier sell because he's been around since the 1930s. I think Fantastic Four is a harder sell because every iteration that has came out of Fantastic Four has not been the greatest. I personally like the 2005 and 2007 Rise of the Silver Surfer. I like those movies. It's not great. I just like them for weird reasons. They make me laugh. It's kind of silly. You know what I'm saying? It's not indicative or represents the actual Fantastic Four in the comics, depending on what version that you're reading. But I still liked them. Fantastic was a hunk of garbage. Sorry, it's a hunk of garbage. That is not as dark, is way entirely too dark and too seeing. It's lifeless. There is not one memorable moment in there. Dr. Doom is horrific. His motivations are lacking. That movie sucks. Nope, I'm not going to do it. It's, it's the Hanks. Yeah. I'm looking forward to both of them, honestly. I'm looking forward to both of them. I just want to enjoy a movie. I want to go in there and enjoy a movie. That's it. I want to enjoy it. I want to critique it from a movie point of view. I want to, movie-wise, does it deliver? And review it as far as a movie. All that rest of that crap, I don't care. And Brad Pitt is so freaking awesome in this movie because he's so damn charismatic. He just walks on set in his freaking Brad Pitt, and the smile and everything, and the charm that he has, and the kind of character he's playing to opposite of Desmond Idris, which let me say this. I can see why Marvel, because that's really the first time I seen him really act. Now, I don't think he did anything that was groundbreaking as far as cinema. He didn't pull like a Magazine Dreams with Jonathan Majors or anything like that in this movie, but he is hella charismatic he's oozing with charisma on screen. The smile, the swag, all of that. Now, he's playing the F1. He's slim in this movie because you don't want no big ass dude in no damn F1 car. no Formula One car. So that's understandable, but I can see. I also can see why they want him as Junior. And why, because he does have a baby face in this whole movie. I'm like, my man's 30 and he looks every bit of like early 20s. Good genes, though. It means the man had good genes. And I'm not talking about Levi's. But I can tell why they want him as Junior. All I'm going to say. You ought to be compared to Eldest Hodge on Cross. Like, if you put them two together, Eldest is more of the man's man, like, in, he's almost like damn near charismatic kid. Like, not even joking. That doesn't make him not qualified to be T'Challa. At the same time, even Chadwick just had this look, especially in the first movie where he had that smile, he had that charm. But man, it was some parts you were like, you could tell this Negro's the Black Panther. Not to say like, you know what I mean? Because he don't look like he ain't bull jiving with nobody. When he met Bucky on them steps, that look he gave, he wasn't playing. So, anyway. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You said Man of Steel is one of your favorite movies of all times. As far as Superman movies, the Donner Cut is my favorite Superman movie of all time. The Donner Cut of Superman. That Star Wars was garbage. These SWSs only call things woke when black folks is black folks are women. You know what I mean? Exactly. Black folks and especially black women. But yeah, absolutely. Pitt is my generation's Robert Redford. I can see that. Let me see. As someone who can see early access for you're going to be as someone who's seen the early access to Fantastic Four, you're going to be let down. Okay. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Just ruined my dreams. I'm gonna go still see it and make that determination for myself. I think we are ready for a lighter Superman. We have a half decade of Homelander, Omni-Man, archetype. Exactly. I like Good Gosh. That he's one of the only characters I can see saying Good Gosh. Superman. Superman's always been the Blue Boy Scout. You know what I mean? Like, I agree with David. Maybe it's just to take Twitter away from Gunn that will fix it. I sometimes he can't, but I'm not watching him so much. I'm not on Twitter that like that to be like, to pay attention. It said, now Dre, when we gon' talk about that fitness drop, and we know who we're. Oh yeah. I'm gonna talk to you on the back end, Erica D. I'm not gonna put that out here in the zeitgeist because I don't want the haters to go back and say nothing. But I'll talk to you on the back end. If Scarlett Johansson's character was black, either male or female, would have been shot and woke from the highest mountain. Exactly. Let me see. I feel like Fantastic Four is going to take an L at the end of their movie. I hope not. And really, you shouldn't hope not either, because if you're really a comic book fan, I'm saying comic books, not comic book media, comic book fan, you want this to succeed because it just opens up more doors of comic book stuff. It was good for that time. Let me see. Let's get to some of these. Let me get out of there. I think we should get Kraven the Hunter in Spider-Man movie where Kraven takes Spider. I just want Kraven the Hunter to be in a Spider-Man movie. I was watching F1 thinking he's the last of our real movie stars. Talking about Brad Pitt. There are no more movie stars anymore. because we're not I you know what I feel like, Bucky? We're not allowing people to be movie stars because we go on social media, we complain about everything. So it's hard to get a legitimate movie star. I mean, Jonathan Majors was a legitimate movie star before he got destroyed in the media. Before he got destroyed, legitimate movie star. You know what I mean? But everybody else, man, we're too close to social media. We follow these people's lives and all of that stuff. And then we start to destroy them from the inside out. And I don't think it's really fair, because how are we going to be able to root for these stars if we're too busy clowning them for every little thing that they do? F1 was a throwback ride, pure escapism, echoing old school Sleeping Queen racing movies. Must watch on IMAX. Man, my movie theater was sold out. My movie theater was I got one of the few last tickets that I like to sit in the middle. All the rest of it, man, they were sold out, and people were laughing. And I can see, and I wish we get back to more car chase movies. You know what I'm saying? That's the Steve McQueen movies I'm thinking about. You know what I mean? But race movies, all of that, man, loved it. Loved it. Not versus Fantastic Four, but why hasn't Soup made $1 billion? All right, let me hook you up real quick, no, and ask that question. Why has Superman not made $1 billion?
You are truly amazing. Thank you for your super chat.
I think that Superman hasn't made $1 billion because Warner Brothers. Because Warner Brothers. You know, Man of Steel was a all right movie as far as structure, as far as dialogue. There's very much some questionable decisions in that movie. Shit's questionable. But I don't think Warner Brothers allowed the DCEU to breathe organically. You know, and then when that is the first Superman movie that you've had since since Brandon Routh's version, which is the Christopher Reeve's version, and it's a darker take on it, I personally don't think that helped. My personal opinion, that's not saying it's true or not, because people can poke holes in that, but that's just my personal opinion, you know, just in this space. So I like Rise of the Silver Surfer. Lawrence Fishburne Surfer was great. Rest in peace to the cat who played Doom. Absolutely. Julian McMahon, RP to him. Glad your channel popped up on my recommendations. Is it Manolo Rivera? I appreciate it. Hopefully I said it right, but I appreciate you coming in. I don't want to see Idris at all as the Black Panther, not with Hodge out there. I want Aldous Hodge, especially the biggest thing is after I seen Cross and I see the way that he was using his mind in that show, the charisma, just the stature of that brother. If people's like, I don't think he can act, man, go watch Last Night in Miami as his, his interpretation of Jim Brown. Anyway. Side note, Dre, what you think of The Rock playing this trouble wrestler? I think that's after watching. I actually watched the a documentary on that I think it's not Mark Webb. Forgot his name. I think that's going to be phenomenal. After watching that documentary, I'm like, oh, geez, that looks good. He looks like a young Chad, but I can see him playing a younger T'Challa. And you know what? If they did what they did with Gamora and plucked him from a different point in time, you got me. As long as he's T'Chaka, the son of T'Chaka, yeah, he does look like a earlier version. Like if he was early into being a Black Panther, they plucked him out of the timeline. Yes, I can see that. I can see that. I'm fine with Eldridge or Desmond. Woke anything that's not my white male, of course. Make it. Good morning. Got my ticket for Superman. I want to get my tickets. I'm just so scared of getting my tickets and then I gotta go to work and I don't want to be there. And Man of Steel lost me with Kevin Costner's Paul Kidd. That was a super. Let me not get started. Let me not get started. I'm done with these with hero deconstructions and nihilism. Well, I okay, so let me kind of dive into that because that's a good thing that you said. So let me dive into the way that that I look at that. I believe that these character deconstructions in a certain way is needed. And this is what I look at. When I read certain comics, especially if you're reading them from number one, a number one version of those, you need to know, the writer has to explain to you why Spider-Man is doing this in this predicament right now. Why he's in this predicament right now, why this is happening, and why that's happening and all that, so on and so forth. You also have to get into the mind of these characters because at the end of the day, remember, this is a character. And without honestly, really, truly understanding the character, if the character's just, punching, kicking, saying quirky lines in a big major event, then we're also missing who is this character? Why do I even care about this character? What motivation does this character have that makes me want to even like this character? Or why is this character so complex that they can't get right sometimes? I would say when I start reading, because I tell everybody Deadpool is my favorite character. So there's early comics of Deadpool where you start learning his backstory and different things like that, and you realize why he's the way that he is. It becomes almost to a point where it's tragic, and you start to kind of feel bad for him, even though he's one of the worst human beings in these comics. Like, the complete version of what I guess you call him. Well, in the early version, he was an anti-hero. He was not a hero. He was very much an anti-hero. So you do want to deconstruct so you can be able to rebuild while you're reading. Now, in movies are a lot different, but they literally just did this in Transformers 1 with Optimus Prime and Megatron. They deconstructed, then rebuild you the story throughout it so you can understand why Megatron is the way that he is and why Optimus is the way that he is when he was D120 127, in Orion Pax. It makes sense. Now, so that's just my take on it. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. You know what I mean? And I know sometimes you just want to get to it, but I think that's to me, it's almost a necessity for characters. Let's woke this up, bring out the Black Superman, get them to, oh my God. I don't even want to do that. Go see it. Don't let my opinion stop you. What I don't like, you might love Fantastic Four wasn't bad, just there. I kind of, you know what, that's going to be in the back of my mind because I'm going to be like, man, the Sick Horror Kingdom said this was just there. Let me see if it's just there. He said, Pittis, man, he's a good actor. Just never wow, his movies are good. Give me Cruise. I get that. The Mystic Tradition, moviegoer, movie star is the mystique of the tradition. It's like the mystique of the wrestler is gone, because of social media. To me, the SWS sees a lane where they could trash a movie to take it if they don't get what they want, which is white males only, with a hot white or Asian chick as a love interest, no blacks if possible. Can't argue with that. A proper New Warriors film would be my number one choice. That'd be dope. Dre, have you heard Brad Pitt's opinions on superhero films? He was saying it's hurting younger actors. I mean, he's been in Hollywood longer than I have. So I can't take away his opinion on that. To counter that, you could say the same thing about mob movies. Mob movies was the whole big shtick after Godfather. Everybody was trying to make some type of mob movie. Did that hurt Hollywood? Did the horror genre hurt younger actors in Hollywood? You know, what about black exploitation where they were typecasting black people? It's always something. I don't, but he's been in Hollywood longer than I have, but I don't see it that way. You know, matter of fact, those same type of movies saved Hollywood. You know, so I don't know. I don't know. I like to Fantastic Four. Just always felt the comic was more than any other when you're making a movie. Too much could go wrong easily. You know, it's just like when people say, "Oh my God, Sue Storm is the leader of the Fantastic Four." No, well, technically she kind of is because she's the mama bear and the moral compass. Because Reed is so, oh my God. Read the comics, Reed will piss you off because Reed, let me shut up. Y'all think Reed made some mistakes? Go read some of Jonathan Hickman's stories on Reed Richards. Good God Almighty! Even like, dude, what are you doing? Reed becomes a whole entire villain. Let me shut up because I'm doing stuff. Can't wait for the new Predator movie to come out. Me either. Believe it or not my favorite character is Superman. I'm not even mad at you. I mean, Wade is very awful. Wade is very awful for a long time. Let me see. Ironheart was good. I like Ironheart. Yeah, I really liked Ironheart. I think Ironheart was better than people give it credit for. And, you know, character deconstruction is basically what they did in that show. Most didn't think Chris Evans could play a convincing Cap. Oh my God, I remember that. There was like the guy that played Johnny Storm in another teen movie. I remember that. Yes, he is. Center went too dark, chasing normal formula, saturating colors. Man, there's a lot of people that said Aldous Hodge. They don't believe he can act. They think Desmond Idris. You should have been in my last live. Said Desmond Idris could outact Aldous Hodge. Oh, okay. With the main character made billions. That is saying absolutely make it. Absolutely. All right. I'm getting to that point where you already know.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
Exactly. My man is the maker with the stupid helmet on his head. Yeah, D-Sizzle tell him. D-Sizzle tell him. People like comic book stuff until it gets comic book. And then, like somebody with a thumb head, it's too comic booky. I can't believe I got a thumb head and I believe that Superman is too comic booky. Jesus. I'm not doing that, Wavy Thames. I'm not doing it. I'm not getting into that foolishness. I'm not. Not getting into the foolishness. But anyway, I'm not getting into that foolishness. Yeah, I mean, Thumbhead was just too comic booky. It's supposed to be. It's a comic book. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of the Dre Mack Show. What are your top 3 moments that you're looking forward to while seeing Superman 2025? Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. All right. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to get that bell notification so you can never miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe power, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. I'll see y'all back for Blurred AF. Where's my outro at? Look, you already know. I gotta go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.